Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is September 6th, 2023, and we have another banner night on our hands here. But before we get into the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with today's update, we have GBO Days kicking in, and for those of you that are not familiar with that, GBO Days is a special campaign for new and returning soldiers, or pilots rather, and it's a special 4-day campaign every month, which basically, during that period, one, get free guaranteed mobile suit supply drops that can be requested daily, which we already get up to 4 total units. Second is a special supply drop, where you can get 2 guaranteed 3-star or above rarity mobile suits. Can request once. These are 10 pulls, so if you're just starting off, this might be worthwhile. No discount there. On top of that, if you're new and returning, there are bonuses for basic rewards such as your XP, your pilot XP, dueling points, and clan points. So this will be increased 5 times, and then on top of that, you also get a 100% recon crate discovery rate for observation units. And then if you sortie with veteran pilots, you're increasing their discovery rate by 30%. So pretty cool. Definitely, you do see that every so often during A and B rooms. So pretty nice. It's really great. All right, so today's main event is a 2-star raid. This is the YMS-23C Ghoul from Blazing Shadow. We'll get to that shortly. But at the same time, we do have a discount supply notice, which we'll get into shortly, and some other things. But jumping into the main event, it is a 450 cost 2-star raid that's only usable on ground. It is a prototype unit developed after the 1-year war at Hell's Gate, which is a base of Zeon remnants located somewhere in the Middle East. This is patterned off of Zimad lineup designs for mobile suits, so it's got a mixture of Dom in there. It actually looks like Dom that went on like Atkins or something. It's a lot more sleeker and less bulkier, but by no means lacking in armor, which we'll get to details shortly. But it does offer high mobility and tracking performance, equipped with a unique composite armament incorporating both range and melee weaponry while maintaining a shield-like form. So taking some inspiration from the Gian as well. The synergy generated by its special control system and magnetic coating, which this possesses, gives it astonishing response speed and can only be, as I mentioned, deployed on the ground. It does come with a special skill called Active Guard Kai, which reduces damage if you're familiar with Active Guard, it reduces damage and negates stagger reactions. On top of that, it does get a attack boost, basically from Active Guard. So that's pretty scary already in its, let's say, raid-like form. But it does not get a attack bonus off of skill effects, which cause a small amount of damage reaction and become straggle, or stagger, I'm guessing, based on the translation. Friendly fire does not boost it. Friendly artillery fire does not boost it. Full suit explosions does not boost it, or base or map object explosions. So there's no way you can try to exploit that, basically is what they're saying. Guarding, as with most active guard stuff, can't be manually disabled after you negate an attack, so you're going to be kind of stuck there for a hot minute if you're having the whole team firing at you. So it's kind of a gamble. But yeah, you can use it while you're standing or moving. Continuously consumes thrusters while the skill is forced to deactivate before repeating. While you're pulling for this thing, the 10 pull does give you a chance to get the Zeon Remnants, or the Delost Fleet version of the normal suit, both the helmet and the normal suit, so that's pretty nice. And if this happens to be up your alley as far as suits go, you do have a half-off discount for it, and opportunities to kind of stock up on 2-star, 3-star materials, also a chance to get a lot of weapon shop stuff on there. So definitely, for sure, half off is definitely recommended for that. aside from that, no DP changes, no recycle ticket changes for the time being, so off to the nitty-gritty behind the new suit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the brand new Mobile Suit for tonight. Ghoul has some pretty decent stats, 18k to start off with, flat 20s all end resistances, so there's no need to boost that at all. Definitely no range boost, but it does have all its points into melee, which does kind of lend to the lower. Walking speed is pretty substantial considering it's 140, and compared to the, we'll say, tried and true Nero, which is all the way down here, sorry. And I mean the Nero trainer when I'm referring to that. Mine is a little bit tweaked, so don't worry about the settings, but we're looking at a difference of 10 in terms of walking speed. But the big difference is, since it's a post-1 year war suit, and the Nero trainer is somewhere between Zeta and, we'll say, double Zeta to be fair, we're seeing a big jump in boost. So 215 versus 205 with the Ghoul. Sorry, I just lost it. Just need to scroll up a little bit higher here. There we go. We're also looking at 65 thruster gauge to start off with, which is pretty substantial, so you're more than likely want to give it a little more healthier boost, no pun intended. And since it has magnetic coating, the turning speed is 72. So if we're comparing it to, again, like I said, the Nero, very similar stats. I would safely say it's something that I'm going to be eyeballing it if as a alternative. Jumping into, oh, sorry, jumping down a little bit. Jumping into the enhancements, because I know that's pretty important too when you're considering tuning something like this. We're looking at complex expansion slot right off the gate, followed by ballistic and melee reinforcement, which is pretty not surprising considering anything below 500, you're not really seeing a major amount of suits that utilize beams, although there are a few exceptions. As I mentioned before, just right off the bat, it doesn't seem like you really need to add any resistances, and getting some through tuning, it definitely, I would say, helps mitigate a little bit that, but since it's straight 20s right off the bat, it's gonna be crazy. But we are talking about raids here, so raid on raid, yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. You also get ballistic melee, like I mentioned. And then if we scroll down past the locked areas, increased security is, well, it's kind of one of those filler, I would say, enhancements that come in there where it's kind of like it can be useful, but it doesn't really impact the performance directly. So it's kind of like a hit or miss type of thing. It's great when you need it, not so much when there's not really opportunities that you sort of risk yourself losing your suit doing things to win the game. But more importantly, we do get an increase into the melee modifier, which bumps this up to potentially a flat 40. So it's pretty easy to kind of hit the 50s if you're running a melee 4 enhancement program. So jumping into the weapon loadouts for this, it does come with the giant bazooka with the cloth overlay on top of it, so I know this has a little bit more damage output. The cooldown time is a little more forgiving in the sense of the reload. Sorry, it's hard to remember this from memory, but you're not able to swap out primaries on that. Same goes for the shield as well, which it has the beam blade shields coming in at 2200. This is going to be pretty crazy because it has a cooldown time and a charge time of 2 seconds, so this is going to be probably utilized quite a bit. On top of that, you have the 2 missiles that work very much like the Gian needle missiles. The only difference is, in this case, it only takes about 6 shots to connect to actually stun somebody. Basically, I would say easily break MA1, and it does have a 8-second reload time, which is pretty quick, so that you're probably going to be dancing between that and just dumping this into somebody if you're not able to get in there. And then to make things on top of that even crazier, You do have an incendiary mode, which doesn't have a whole lot of damage, but this is meant to kind of add on those tick damage portion, whatever you want to call it. Again, doesn't really have as fast of a reload time, but it is something that you can mix in combination with the missile. It doesn't switch arms to my knowledge, so it definitely would probably throw somebody off, but if you utilize all the range options for this suit, they're all within 300 meters, so this is going to have a lot of overlapping, and without having to worry about, oh, am I close enough, or is he going to be far away, when you're going to be pretty much in their face. But yeah, the beam blades, that's pretty much your icing on the cake and sort of the main event of this thing. So pretty simple. I would say for a 2-star, and it being priority 3, which is kind of the standard horror raid, it would be kind of weird for this to be a priority 2, which we haven't seen since the days of the NSV and I think the space type, but this is not trivia time. Going into the shopping list of skills here, you got your usual fixings. Leg shock absorber, assault booster at 2. Assault booster is definitely one of those newer ones that I think is pretty nice, so jumping charge time and boost jump speed is very nice to see, especially if you're trying to be a more efficient raid. You don't have to, I don't know, fight with the suit as much necessarily. MA2, this has enhanced tackle 5, so this is basically the level of, I would say, not quite the Gym 3 powered, but given if you want to be crazy with some of your setups, it could definitely hurt, especially if you're a support. Force Injector 2, this also has 3 swings with the melee combo 3. We definitely established the heavy attack that's in the charge time there. Power Accelerator 2, so this is going to be pretty useful against other raids that are also priority 3, especially if they're trying to be helpful. Anti-blast stabilizer is definitely a welcome sight. So instead of actual shields, you get special arm buffers, so both arms reduce damage by 30%, which is pretty nice, so it's going to be great. And then, of course, our details of the Active Guard Kai, specific for the suit, which reduces damage taken by 60%. So that's pretty neat. I definitely will probably be running into this more and trying to figure out how to counter this, and maybe take some time to actually learn the suit too, at least to be somewhat confident. But considering it's a 2-star, by no means in a negative way, I think it's going to be pretty easy to pick up, but going to be hard to master when people find out how this suit works. With that said, that concludes tonight's news on our brand new mobile suit, the YMS-23C Ghoul from Blazing Shadow. You guys enjoyed your time here and found everything informative with today's news. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the algorithm on YouTube. Tell me if you actually got lucky with your discount pulls, or even decided to pull for this in general. And let me know what you guys think about the suit. Is it great? Is it terrible? I know some people might think because it's a 2-star it might be mediocre, but either way, let me know what you guys think. I'm very much interested to see what you guys say, and if you had any luck or good luck or bad luck with the suit. And until next time, guys, I will see you all on the next video. Take care.